Hello, I am Richard, and yeah, welcome to an Age of Empires 2 video. I'm an 800 ELO player from Melbourne, Australia. Been playing this on and off for about 4 years, but I played the original since around 2000. This is like my 70th ranked game, and I think this is my 6th on Nomad, so this was off the back of just won my first ever Nomad game. The rest I usually get quite destroyed. So I was starting to feel better about this. I don't have a build order, but I know enough to put TC on a couple of resources for efficiency. Try and get it down as quick as possible. 1 minute I don't think is too bad. Get a dock down and all of that. But the reason I'm posting this video today is I won't show you the whole recording. The whole recording's about 40 minutes. I'll try and trim it down. But yeah, there's one point in the game where I'm being put on the back foot, and it's not looking good. And the opponent puts in chat GG. And what I want to do is I want to actually go back through this footage. I haven't watched it back yet, and just see if I should have GG'd. And I don't know if anyone from the AOE2 community is watching. Let me know what you think. At 800 ELO, I've experienced a lot of games where I just get absolutely smashed. Someone attacks me once, they flood my base, they destroy everything, and I know I'm out. So I'm not afraid to call GG. But I try to make sure I'm overwhelmed first. Even if things aren't looking good, I wait until they need to convince me that they've won. And sometimes that doesn't always happen. Sometimes someone does hit my base with elephants or paladins, and I've got no troops and nothing to stop it, and that's it. But there's other times that someone will hit you, you sort of stall out the attack, you lose a lot of buildings, but then there's no follow up. So yeah, that's why I'm watching this today. So I am playing Koreans. I play a rotation of civs. I don't pick my civ. I've got 5 civs that I like to rotate with, including Koreans, Japanese, Italians, Ethiopians, and Persians. Ethiopians and Persians are quite new additions to the roster. But yeah, I used to main Poles, but just trying to branch out a little bit. And yeah, so here I am. I'm just scouting with my goats. Just trying to find the opponent, make sure they're not too close. Again, I still haven't really gotten used to scouting on this map. I should send the villager out because one of the bonuses for Koreans is +3 line of sight on villagers. So I think that is a plus on this map. I'll actually put up the bonuses now, and I will say that I think I use every single bonus of this civ throughout this game, both naval and the wood benefits, faster collecting stone and all of that. And the opponent is Berbers, and yeah, I cannot remember a lot of civs and what their bonuses are. Berbers just seems to be one of those civs. It's like you see him in competition. Like I remember Genitors, which are like skirms, and I knew that might be a problem for my war wagons, but I wasn't quite sure of any of the other bonuses, and I'll put them up now, and they actually have quite a few bonuses. So yeah, if I was more aware, I could have planned a little bit better, but I just decided to go. Can't actually remember. Anyway, I'm 800 ELO. I don't know the civ I'm up against. I don't know where they are, so I don't really have a strategy yet. It's pretty basic Dark Age. I think you can see here that I am, quite a bit slow, but I'm starting to get the fishing ships out. I'm remembering houses, but I think I might just skip now to, I guess, a little bit later in the game. Alright, so jumping forward a little bit, we're now 19 minutes in game. I'm on my way up to Castle Age. I have found the opponent's base, so I did make a barracks and got out a scout. And you'll see there, my scout finds the enemy scouts. I hadn't scouted any military buildings, but now I know that there is a scout rush coming towards my base. So I put up some small walls. I'm not too stressed by it, but I start producing some spearmen from the barracks. What I didn't see, and it took me a few minutes to realise, is I accidentally set the gather point of my barracks to my TC, and then you'll also see I set my TC gather point in not a great place. But I get my small walls up, so I'm not terribly stressed. There is a little bit of vital eco. But yeah, those are up. They're trying to break through, but they're not going to with the 4 scouts. And yeah, I can't remember if I set my gather point forward accidentally, but yeah, a villager dies, so I'll fix that up. Yeah, now I'm in Castle Age. I just want to stabilize from this attack and start expanding my eco. So from here, I haven't quite got a plan yet. Oh no, actually, so I start making knights. I just want to get a counter attack in. I see the castle, so I think I queue up a couple of knights. And then I've got enough spears to deal with this scout rush. Yeah, build my second TC on a wood line. Found that dock, but hadn't done anything about it yet, so I sent my Hulk over. Yeah, no, I'm in a fine position here. You can see my inefficiencies, you can see I'm a bit slow, but my score's higher, even though I imagine they might have scouted better potentially. We'll see. But yeah, I walled off the side just so the scouts could come in there, built a gate, and yeah, drop another TC on that gold over there. So I'm pretty happy with my expansion. But my food eco needs a bit of a tidy up. Yeah, they're just attacking outposts. Yeah, I'm going to keep walling off my part of the map. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that. And it's a couple of minutes later, so I'd sent a couple of knights up to try and get some damage in. The Hulks now reached their dock. I forgot that docks in their garrison. Alright, my knights into a TC, move them out. But I'm feeling pretty safe at home. I'm not making any military because I'm not quite sure what I want to do. That TC is still going up. I only put 2 bills in, so it's a bit slow. The gather point situation isn't fixed, but it should be now. Yeah, I've got a pike upgrade. And yeah, those knights died. I think I sent the other 2 knights up. I didn't see what killed those knights. We'll see if I noticed what kills these next knights. Because as I said, I didn't remember that they're a camel sieve, potentially. But yeah, I've got enough stone for a castle. Get that down, sort of defensively, just cover that stone. And yeah, my hope's to get another castle out. I'm just thinking war wagons. But I do drop another archery range, potentially for archers. Not quite sure why, I was still non-committal. So yeah, so I did see the camels. And yeah, so I decided to get some sort of archer unit. Yeah. So I think yeah, it's pretty straightforward at the moment. Yeah, just controlling my population, just trying to get my eco up, get some food down. Now we're like 10 minutes, I've jumped 10 minutes later, and nothing much has happened. I've housed myself for too long. I'm still messing up my troops, but I haven't seen anything from them, and they hit imp, which is quite common. I'm always quite slow to imp. Yeah, I just struggle with my veal production, or you know, maybe I need to idle more. I'm not quite sure. But put a second TC up there. Up a second castle up there, and try and put some forward villagers forward on that golden stone. I make a couple of turtle ships because they are cool. You know, when it benefits the Koreans. So yeah, I'm just trying to stabilize here. They are imp, and I knew an attack would be coming soon, but I didn't quite know what. I don't really have much of a mass at the moment. I've got pikes to deal with camels. And yeah, cavalry or cavalry archers. But yeah, I'm pretty tired at the moment. I mean, look at my eco. I could have made more war wagons, but I think yeah, like for a while, I was probably housed for a couple of minutes. So that's gathered up in that time, and I forgot to produce for my second castle. So yeah, really noob mistakes. Not really concentrating too much, and then I hear the trips. So they're going to take down that castle. Send out my pikes. If we click on the pikes, I'm pretty sure I forgot all the arm upgrades. And then I see the camel archers, and I don't think I'd prepared for them. Maybe I'd seen them earlier. They have cav archers and things. They also have some monks. I think they actually they'll convert my turtle ship on the lake, so next time I made a turtle ship on the lake. But yeah, to get that castle down, I'm slow to repair. I got no villagers around, like with this base layout, so I had to lead a house. But I think I'm a bit, too slow to react to that. I think I was just hoping that my pikes would just break through. Because my pikes technically counter pretty much everything they've got, but they just have a lot, what they got also counters my pikes at the same time. So yeah, I think I give up on the war wagons because I know this castle's probably going to go down, and I switch. I can't remember what I switch into, but yeah, I was very reactive. Like, this is actually more of a typical game for me. I'm always on the back foot. Like, I try and eco boom, but by the time my eco's up, I get in trouble. So I send my turtle ship on their military, just to annoy him a little bit. But yeah, look, one of my castles is down. They scout and they see my second castle. I try to get a conversion there. It's a bit messy. I don't really have much of a mass making more pikes. I've got no production, so that's not fantastic, honestly. I guess this is what I expect looking back at one of my vids. Anyways, you can imagine they're probably going to swing around to my second castle and take that down. Yeah, pikes are my only melee unit at the moment, so I don't really have anything, to deal with them. I'm making a couple more turtles at sea because I just want to make sure I've still got water and continue my sort of fish boom. Yeah, I'm just sort of waiting for that day. It's been a few minutes. I'm not sure why they didn't switch, especially with all their army. So they have been quite a bit, a bit slow to do things, or maybe just trying to mess up to overwhelm me. I wasn't quite sure. Yeah, there you can see I'm looking at chemistry because I was thinking about some bombard cannons. I don't know if they get redemption. Oh no, they would get redemption. We see that. Which, does put my bombard cannons in danger. Again, I try and go into my pikes, try and clear up as much of the gold army as possible, but just not enough. And then I send in my war wagons, not realising how good the camel archers are against... the camel archers are against my troops. But they're tanky enough that they're doing a lot. They have some cav in there too. They have such a mixed army. They have like 4 troops plus monks. But yeah, I made some archers so that I can try and take out... they're camel archers. That castle's going down. They're trying to drop their own one. And now, I think this is where they post in chat. And they say GG. Which I don't think this has ever happened to more. And I point out the score. Our scores are basically the same. I'm not sure why they're the same. I don't know. If I'm doing better or worse, but I'm just looking at the score and I'm like, well, there's a reason our scores are the same. So I just want to keep going and see what they do. So yeah, I said score and they said what, and I just decided to keep going. As I said, I'm happy to GG when I know I'm overwhelmed, but I just wanted to just convince me that it was over. I'm badly housed with those 2 castles going down. I don't know why I built a 3rd castle. I think I was just stalling and just hoping I'd have troops to take care of those trebs by the time I built it. But yeah, that wasn't going to be the case because now they've got a castle protecting their troops. But yeah, I decided to keep going. My score is still higher now, I think, because I killed a bunch of the units. So I'm on the back foot, but I still sort of stabilized. My eco is so stretched. Yeah, I should have just given up on that castle earlier. I ran out of stone, but that was going down anyway. I have another crack. But yeah, I'm starting to think if I can hold... yeah, that's terrible. I sent all my fields into the castle fire. Because I know there's gold on the top of the map. I still have gold on my TC on the right, so still okay. But not much left, as you can see. I've got 3 tiles left. So that's what, maybe like 1500, 2000 gold left on there. I try and keep the pressure on the seas. They built a second castle. They're creeping forward. They got so much gold control. But yeah, my archers are sort of starting to mess up enough, and yeah, they just aren't showing me troops. I'd say they got troops. They got a few castles now. But again, like, I'm just like, they're not pushing in. Like, my eco, other than those villages that died, are pretty untouched. The score is starting to add up, but I also put that down to the two extra castles they built. I don't know if losing a castle makes me lose points, but you know, if they have 3 castles, that explains some of the difference. And they are killing a lot of my units, so that's adding up. I know it's not looking good at the moment, but yeah, you'll see that I'm starting to think about where to go next. I'm redocking to keep my food eco. They're making some cannon galleons, and I want to just attack the coast because I know they're along the coastline there. Again, they're still not in. My trickle of troops is somehow still enough. Yeah, they haven't shown me that they can overwhelm me yet. Yeah, like they're taking a couple of villages. You'll see I've got that tower there. Yeah, because of the free Korean upgrades on those towers. Yeah, so I'm not feeling dead yet, so I'm curious at this point. Like, I know my score's 1,000 down. I'd quit if I was 2,000 down, absolutely. But I know they've been killing a lot of my military. So I know some of that score's coming from that too. I'm still feeling okay, and you'll see me very shortly. I'm starting to plan my next steps. So at this point in the game, you know, I'm starting to think about how I can attack the opponent. And I do like my scouts. Koreans, they don't get the final attack or armor, I think, on their hussars, but they get hussars nonetheless. So that's sort of what I'm starting to think about, balancing my food eco for that. Just trying to keep enough troops on the front there to keep them out. Probably even to take out those trebuchets. I'm making more military buildings behind. But yeah, I'm hoping to distract them with my coastal attack too. Because yeah, I've got control of water, so I thought I may as well use it. Taking out a market, take out their TC. Like, this isn't feeling bad at the moment, because the thing is, us 800 ELOs, we have a lot of tunnel vision. You know, I'm quite tunnel vision too. Like, my eco has been largely ignored. I'm still trying to think about it. I probably should be thinking about these fights more. It's not great for me. I notice my unit production is not great, but you know, there we go, another 40 more pikes out the door. I know, 30 more pikes. Yeah, my maths is bad. I'm thinking about relocating my wood lines, making progress. They haven't responded to that. No towers, no ships of their own. They're only hitting me with a couple of iffy units at a time. Again, I'm not convinced that they have this. Yeah, the score's starting to look, you know, pretty bad, but yeah, you see here, so my plan is now I'm going to build a gate, and I'm going to sneak out to the gold at the top of the map, and I'm going to drop some stables. I'm rebalancing my food eco. They are in my base. They are killing like some troops. I can't remember if I checked their armor stats. It's not looking good. You know, I'm almost about to GG. But for a GG, I just want to try, you know, one more thing. Like, I've got pike production. Still going pretty strong. You know, I'm only still seeing a trickle of troops. If they hit me like 30, 40 camel archers and some cav and all of that, or in a cav in the back of my base, like, yeah, I'd admit defeat. 77 villages, which is not great, but I also know at this ELO, some people don't push up to 100 vils, so, you know, I might still be even on that count. Push in, I've got pikes. Yeah, that's not a great engagement for them. Yeah, like, I'm still holding, I'm still doing pretty good. Now, they've overextended, they're trying to get their trebs back, and they GG. They were still in a winning position. They had me on the back foot, but as I said, they just weren't doing enough. And I look around the map because I was like, I felt bad. I'm like, was I meant to GG? Like, what did the eco look like? And you see there, the eco is not fantastic. They've got 2 gold mines, 3 gold mines, but you'll know, Yeah, they've got 3 gold lines, and that's most of eco. I destroyed that TC. I think if I click back to that TC, you see them starting to reseed. I think they've built a new TC potentially, and they got villagers trying to create farms in panic. So their feeder eco is terrible. No fish. Yeah, it's all in on gold. So I reckon that might be part of you know their issue is they got gold but not much food and wood, and then those are exposed. I was actually talking, but I didn't actually pick up my recording while I was playing. But I still had gold. I had a couple of gold piles. I was about to go up to there, and you'll see my gate. See me point at the gate. And if I had got up there as planned, in about 5 minutes, got my Hussar out, I was going to find their gold, and I was going to wipe out their villages. So, um, yeah, yeah, you can see like my plan. It's like I would have, I was going to attack all the gold piles with Hussar. They should have beaten me by then. They could have beaten me by then. Um, but yeah, it wasn't over, and I knew if I got that attack in before they destroyed me, I'd win anyway. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. Should I have GG'd? I think they quit. Not. I don't think they thought they lost. I think they were just sick of me, and they just wanted to move on to the next game. I believe the next game they played, they quit after 3 minutes, so they seem to be quite. They could potentially be quite impatient. But yeah, I think it did alright. I think like they didn't have much military at all. I'm just going around the map and I'm like, I think I made the right call. They didn't have much eco backing up. This army. My eco was stuffed, but yeah, no, I was still maintaining 80 villages at a time. I was able to counter their attacks. I was starting to mess up my trash and my crossbows. 14 on gold, more on wood. Yeah, I was making more villages. I had 10 more in queue. All of them would have gone for food for my star switch. But that was the plan, and I think it would have worked. So yeah, I think I was right to do that. And I got the feeling that they hadn't checked their eco in a long time. They're fully focused on the front, and that's what I've learned against over these 70 games. Is like if they're all in on the military, there's a good chance the eco is exposed or not doing good. But yeah, that's the one I wanted to look at. Was the eco, 69 max eco. So even at my worst, I still had more eco. And I was working harder. I gathered more resources by far. I had much more inefficient use. But yeah, I did feel that my eco was better, and that's why I stayed in because if my eco is better, I can keep producing troops longer than them, even if they have control of a lot of the gold. But still not all gold. And look at that population. Yeah, I don't think I think I was right not to call GG. I understand from their perspective they cracked open. They destroyed 2 castles, cracked open my base. But yeah, they just didn't really do anything with that at all. And I was able to stabilize. And if I'd have had 5 more minutes, I say 5 more minutes. It takes a little bit longer for the switch. But their eco was so exposed, and those the Navy attacks just did their part on it.